Hello folks and welcome back to Crying Suns Chapter 5 Sector 3. Last time we ended to find up Brother Corto here. We recruited him at a mercenary station. Another DNA crew member to add to our list. And we are now in Sector 3. We've got some money to spend. We've got our four squadrons available. We pretty much cleaned out the border shop. Now we gotta plan our route forward to get to the cluster boss, who I assume is Admiral Okonkwo. What's the best way forward here? I want to end up at a shop, so I need to end at a shop, so I need to end either there or there. One of these two needs to be at the ending position. And if it's either of these two, it's looking... Those are kind of the same-ish. And that has a ground signal, but if I go... Well, can I go? Can I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 end? Which is probably one, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is that's way too long. That is a no-no. As much as I would love to visit that station there, I think I'll have to do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least it gets me... That gets me one extra ground signal compared to the route up top here. And an extra 2 anomalies, technically. I'm sorry, not extra anomalies. Same amount of anomalies, one extra ground signal. If I go down here... Sorry, if I go over here, that's 2... Yeah, so instead of doing that way, you can start at Calway, because then... We got the crowd pod and 2 anomalies. Go up to there. Take whatever's over there, the station and the anomaly. Go over there for the ground signal. Come back down here for the ground signal. Go over there for the shop and end it. Yeah, so there you go. Callaway to start with. Then up to whatever that is. We're doing okay. I wish I'd get some more higher level ships. We've got a Wraith now, thankfully. We got a Cruiser Mark II, we got some prototype frigates. I'd still like to have more impressive weaponry, though. It couldn't be. You survived? Somehow I should have known. Who is this? You don't recognize us, Admiral? It's true that we're not vitrified. Maybe that's why. We're the survivalists. But I thought that we were dead. Well, you did kill 99.9% of us. That's true. But unfortunately for you, not us. We've been searching this Earth folder. Our prophecies tell it is here. I never thought in a million years we'd have a chance to kill you two. The survivalists are back. That was an achievement. An achievement unlocked, by the way, survivalists. Which is just meet the anomaly. Okay, they've got a cannon. They've got the friendliness. They're coming in with drone and frigate. So... as much as I want the Crafter immediately, the Crafter also is ridiculously bad at... Is it ridiculously bad at combat? It's not ridiculously bad at combat. It's got less health than a... You know, okay, we'll go... We'll start off... We'll clear out the first wave, then we'll move on. That is tactical deployment, squadron speed. Tactical weapon, which actually does not affect your cannon at all. Okay. Get the Wraith out as well. The Cruiser... Do I want the Cruiser right now? I don't want the Cruiser right now. I want a second fighter wing. I don't particularly want the Druid. I don't... Yeah, they haven't got... where's my drone back? So I want frigate, fighter, and the prototype just yeah, the fighter to take out to start farming more scrap. It's not great, but I just want it to have to happen. Just because there's a frigate over there. That's why I wanted it, because there's a frigate over there. I'm gonna have to wait for them a little bit here. It isn't convenient. Alright. Over there. Drone, fighter. Go over there. Right, we're over there. Good. How about a little bit over here? Wraith. You got those drones over there. Good. Another frigate, another drone. Okay, that's dead. Okay, drones, go deal. Wait on. Avoid. That's the. Yeah, okay, so avoid that. Go deal with their weapons. Fighters go over there, please. Again, kind of avoiding that for the time being. Frigate, so it's a frigate and a drone. So our frigates can back off temporarily. And we'll bring in... They've got 21 seconds here, but so it's technically not enough for the crafter to fire, but we can try. Move you over here temporarily. Yeah, I could destroy these two, but they're not really doing much for me. Frigate drone. I guess I could have it. You can help out. You can come back over here to help out. Oh, we damaged them for a bit. Okay, that works fine for me. Right, we have here a drone and a frigate, and you're backing out. We're backing out entirely, gone. Man. Oh, sorry, I've been right-clicking out of it. Good. We lost our drone over there, didn't we? Yes, we did. Get in there, please. Help them out. Help it out. Over there. Drone Mark 1. Good. Get them there. Both over there. Wraith fighters over here, please. More frigates are around. Great. Fall back. Fall back important. Fall back important. Fall back important. Very bold. Fall back. Fall back, dang it. Retreat if you have to. Pull out... Yeah, I'm low on drones at the moment. Pull out the frigates over there, please. Okay, we'll get out. What are we going to get out with? Drone, help out here. We're getting the protector over there. No protector, put the cruiser over here. And fighter wings over there. Put another frigate over here. How about that? Good. Okay, we need to start moving forward a little bit further. Drone over there, please. Keep pressure over there. We need to spread out a little bit because you're about to try to hit them all at once. Fire your shot out, sir. You're firing over there, so cruiser. Yeah, good. Right. Destroy the Z. Let's just destroy these EMPs, shall we? Good. Just on the EMP out there. Frigates move up. Drone crafters still using the drones, so that's not too bad. So fighter. So, frigate on the fighter. Drone on the frigate. Frigate on the fighter. Move over there to help out. Good. Hit the weapons as much as possible. Hit the weapons, hit the weapons. No idea how much damage you do to the prototype squad over there, but we got enough. We did enough. And you got a fighter Mark 3. Good, so that's what we wanted exactly. Put an end to us, I beg you. May our deaths deliver us to Earth. I don't want to end your ship. You want to torture us instead, is that it? I hold no ill will towards you. I did not bomb Gehenna, and for this we are now hunted in our home. Then if it wasn't you, who destroyed Gehenna? I believe it was my second in command. Okonkwo vitrified your people. Admiral Okonkwo. We've been fleeing from his ships for years. This not is the first time I've heard of the Earth. What can you tell me about it? Oberon forbade his people from talking about it, but our kind never did. And so we know Earth exists somewhere. A planet free of the machines where man and woman can live as they should. We've been searching in this cluster for its folder for 20 years, ever since the fleet destroyed our home. Oberon would have wanted to keep such a folder close to him. We know it. A folder to Earth. You believe it was once part of the Empire? We don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But there are legends that such a folder exists. But let me ask you something. Don't you think it's strange we know so little about what existed before the Empire, that we never even talk about it? You have other questions, yeah. How did you survive the bombs? We weren't there. Our ship was searching for allies at the time, of which we found none. When the Makers of Darkness went off, when you returned, there was nothing left of our home. Nothing but glass. Since then, we've been living on this ship, constantly on the move. These stars are violent enough as it is. But when everyone assumes you're one who shut down the machines, it's doubly violent. And did you? Did you shut them down? No. You can believe me. Defeated as we now are, there's no reason for us to lie. There were plans among our kind to do so, certainly. Even attempts, but Oberon was always one step ahead. Living as we have, always on the run with no one to trust, what lonely lives we've lived. And probably, sinfully, our numbers have grown. May the gods of Earth forgive us. You have other questions? Yes, I do. Why did you not embrace the OMNIs? Did it not make your lives easier? In the beginning, we welcomed them. Our people always forget that. But then the Empire started to use them for more and more purposes. They were increasingly incorporated into our lives. They took over our jobs. And there was never any hesitation to do so. Never any discussion regarding negative consequences or moral concerns. Soon we felt that not only were we losing our jobs to the machines, but as we became increasingly dependent on them, our very selves as well. We lost sight of what it was to be human. Your ship. Can its damage be repaired? I'm afraid not. The damage is too severe. So we ask that you finish us. Finish you. Don't overreact. We can transport you safely somewhere else. Without a ship of our own, we don't stand a chance. As soon as we were found, we will be finished. Besides, now we believe Earth folder can only be accessed via the ethereal realm, and one needs to death to access it. Must be strange for you, Admiral. The people you were thought to have killed now asking you to end them. But it is what we want. It is the only thing that will bring us happiness. I can't do what you ask of me. It is murder. This isn't murder, Admiral. This is kindness. Oh god. You know what? I am not going to kill them, because I died for not killing them before. I'm going to stick to my convictions. I can't have the blood of your people on my hands, even if you ask for it. Nor do I believe death will transport you to Earth. Even if it doesn't, could perpetual darkness be worse than this? We shall take our own lives then, by drinking a neo-N-based poison. So long, Admiral. Maybe we meet on Earth one day. And the transmission, sir. Main mission. Plot. And only the 1 point. Anyway. Local system map. Injected cryopod. It was an intense fight to start the thing, so it was interesting. Lynch, form a team and check out the crates, please. It was an intense first fight. So the door's been blasted away from the crate and... what? There are OMNIs. Functional OMNIs coming out of it. The captain say... We've done this event before. False alarm. We bring the OMNIs back and we just scrap them, essentially. Scan the planet. Scan it now. Artifacts, planetary turret wreckage, mutated flying creatures, of which Anton can get pretty much all of it. We'll lose at most 7 commandos, but we'll get pretty much all of it. So even if you lose 7, we're down to 8, which is still a fair number. So Anton, grab as much as you can. Flying creatures. A lot of damage there. We lost 4 of the potential 7, so... No, carry on, please. You gotta lose 5. Chain reaction cannon. Ooh, that's good. It's a cryopod. And a new officer. More scraps. And so 87, a weapon, and that. Not bad. What do you have got? Emergency hull repair. It's not amazing, but frankly, it's worth putting the extra hull integrity support in there, because it means we got the shields, and we've also got, if they do get through the shield, we've got hull repair. Right, local system map. Callaway. Parrot beacon. Parrots using the beacon to remotely hack into and weaken our hull. I'm guessing we're moments from being attacked. Got a couple of options here before the parrot arrives. We can use a specialist officer to counter the hacker, our best option to minimize damage. Second option, we remove that part of the mainframe that's been infected. Cut ties with it. It'll require scrap to replace it, but our hull won't suffer the damage. And if you can't do any of those things, then you have no choice but to fight the parrot when it gets here with a reduced hull, sir. Well, hacker, get in there and stop the parrot, Lieutenant. Of course, sir. I am Hackerman. Sir, I'm in. Clever parrot hacker using a beacon relay like this. Not as clever as me. Had to use some scrap, but I've put up a firewall. Should do the trick. With our hull safe, I don't expect the parrot to come looking for a fight now. Good work, Lieutenant. Now let's get out of here. Oh, come on! That's not great, is it? Fighting is more chance for me to do stuff. Anyway, we're going up to Al Sud. Imperial Station, sir. My scans show the station's level of oxygen to be non-existent. Looks like there was an issue with a depressurization. Go on, team. Find out what happened there. Nothing here, sir. Place has been picked through. By the looks of things, I'd say by a scrapper. We could look around some more, but whatever we find is going to be scrapper leftovers. Report back to the ship, Captain. We're done here. On our way, sir. Ooh, nice. Another 3. Good find. We got enough. Yeah, we got enough Marines, so we'll go for the secret military base now. We'll go for the secret military base now, which means any issues we have, we can hopefully counteract that in any commanders we lose, we can buy in the next shop. Some people enslave the Omnis while some worship them as gods. When it's all said and done, who do you think will enter the garden? Prepare the mission. Scan the planet. Secret base. Anton again. That said, I think a lot of this is going to be our addition. How'd you have a... I guess because you have the extra skill, Anton. Yes, it's gonna be Anton, obviously. Probably not even going to lose a single person. If we lose, you lose 1. Which means we'll get almost all the rewards as well. Scrap. Scrap. Danger avoided. Danger avoided. Danger... Nope. Danger avoided. Danger avoided. A lot of erudition danger. Not sure what erudition danger actually is. Cruiser Mark III. It's even better cruiser than we had before, because I think our previous one was a Mark II. Local system map. Merc outpost. Ooh, civilian ship. Civ transporter, sir, and in bad shape by the looks of it. Good thing we found you there. This piece of junk's about to blow and take us out with it. Please tell us about your ship. They forced us onto this clunker and sent us off, like a bunch of animals, not caring if you lived or died. Who did, Captain? The people of our home planet. I can't even bring myself to say its name now. When our food became scarce, they turned hostile to my kind, blaming us for their planet's troubles as if the shutdown had nothing to do with it, saying we were all nothing but thieves and murderers. Then early one morning, they rounded us up, the Red Eyes as they started calling us, and forced us onto this dump. I've seen this event before, but I can't remember it. This dump with its Vicarelli engine. And why they have done this? For what good reason, you ask? There is none. Only because we look a little different than they do. But I guess we should have seen this coming. As soon as there's trouble, there's always the people who look different that suffer. Can you help us? Well, how can we help you? Rescue us before this overheated engine of ours blows and takes us out with it. Better yet, a skilled pilot could get us close enough to drive a cryo clamp on the outside of their engine room, Admiral. That should give us plenty of time for a rescue. You heard the man. Put a clamp on the engine room, Lieutenant, and do it fast. You got it, sir. I'll check back when it's done. That's done, sir. The clamp's attached. Should give Lean and his troops time to get those civs out of there before that transporter blows. Many thanks, Admiral. My thoughts turn dark when I imagine what would have happened to us had we not run into you out here. Some of us have basic training, Admiral. It was a requirement on our planet. Now we're not well-oiled killing machines, mind you, but if you'll have us, we'll gladly put our lives on the line for you. Cool. I was going to buy some mercenaries here as well, but I don't need to anymore. Good. Visit the shop. Any officers I particularly want? Who's... Hang on, so we haven't got fighting. We haven't got, if you get the fighting person, you haven't got anyone who does the first spy skill, which is like chatting, I guess. Hull breakers, sub-zero guns. Artem Petrov. Extra squadron speed. Okay, I can't. The only way I can buy something is if I let someone go, so... Who would I want to let go? Like, potentially you, annoying as that is. Because your skills double up entirely with Anton's. Yeah. At least it lets me get someone like someone with a skill I don't have, like Petrov, which further increases my squadron speed. Yeah, I'll do that. Goodbye to Jia Seong. And hang on, so we have a cruiser Mark 1, a fighter Mark 1, we got a cruiser Mark 2 and a cruiser Mark 3. So I kind of want to get rid of the protector because the protector DPS is quite low. It's got a health of 60, whereas cruisers has a health of 60 as well, but over double the DPS. I'll sell the cruiser. I'm going to sell the cruiser. The chain reaction cannon is... I want that, to be honest. I'm going to equip that. I might even put them both online. We are going to grab... I think we're going to put in... Jinquan. As much as I would like that, it doesn't work well for us in the skill department. Tactical weapon doesn't really do the job either. I'll get you. We'll get you. We're gonna put double squadron docks there. Double squadron support officers, so double squadron speed up. And then we'll put in all the weapons, hull breakers, everything. They'll count up as we go, obviously, but basically one specifically designed to attack units, one specifically designed to attack the ship, and one a flex pick, essentially. Who's left available? You can go there for the time being. And that's pretty much everything we could get out of this place. So, local star map it is? Hang on. Nope, not local star map it is. It's still an anomaly left here. Okay. Still an anomaly. Ooh, a station of some kind. I'm so happy you passed by, Admiral. We have someone here who's heard about your ship and would like to join your crew. I know it might not be a popular move in the system to support you, but everyone's got to take a stand sometime or another. Imanthi Lopez, which you just joined us. Hang on. We have thrusters boost already. We have an engineer? You are our only engineer, Hannah. Ah, blast it all. I lose fighting, or I gain squadron DPS. I'm taking squadron DPS. I'm sorry, I need to take squadron. I'm going to lose the fighting, but I'm going to take the squadron DPS. Just increase a little bit our DPS a little bit more, essentially. Local system map. No, star map. There you go. Star map. Then it's Kocha, Sheamus, and whatever that is. Actually, what is that? I've got some spare. What is that? Navigation scanner. That should be enough. That is a shipyard, that is a army depot. Kinda want the shipyard, if I'm honest. Oh, I can go... I wasn't... Wow, Nemo, you fool. Instead of doing this, that, you can go there, there, there. You go to Shameless first, then go to Kocha, then go to Byako. It's exactly the same space-wise as doing this way around, and I still get to go to the shipyard. which I think I'm going to get more out of. Well done. Well done to me for realizing that. Soviet civilian ship drifting dangerously close to that sun. You make contacts. Trying, sir. So that's a negative. Their comms are compromised. Strong solar interference. The chances are the people on board? Slim, sir. If they haven't succumbed from the heat, then those heavy dose of helium and hydrogen ions has definitely killed them. Let's go find out. Captain to a flyby with a small team. Tell me what you see as soon as you see it. Ready on our way, sir. Sir, we're coming up on the ship. There's a large new end spill around it and a big hole in the hull. Looks like they were on the wrong end of a skirmish. Any survivors? That's a negative, sir. I can see them through the windows now. Dead as can be. Cooked, sir. Cooked real good. Can we scrap the ship? The dead still inside, sir? I wouldn't ask unless you really needed it. Sorry, sir, but we're cooking as it is. Any longer and we'll be burnt beyond recognition too. Then come back at once, Captain. On our way, sir. Local system map. Abandoned auto factory. Who's going to rock this one? So I'm picking up a weak distress transmission from that escape pod. If you're getting this, I need your help. My pod's engine is conked out and now I'm on a high velocity collision course with the ship eater. Get me in touch with the contact pod, Lieutenant. You received my transmission? Yes, and we're going to try to help you, but I have to ask, what do you mean by ship eater? There's a powerful gravitational singularity not too far from here. Ship eater is just how it's known informally, you know? Because it's swallowed that many ships. I was assisting a group of OMNIs studying it. I think they were interested in harvesting its energy. Anyway, when they collapsed, I nearly went crazy looking on my own for so long, but somehow managed to survive at our research station. Until my food ran out, that is. That's when I jumped into this escape pod with this old engine. I was here about a day when the engine failed me. And, well, you know the rest. I really hope you can help me with it for the gravitational singularity. What more can we do? How can we help you? In short, get me off this pod. A skilled pilot, if they use their thrusters precisely, could stabilize the rescue pod long enough to pull me out without getting pulled in by the gravitational field. If you could enhance our short-range tractor beam, we could pull the pod away. It would cost some scrap. Nope, we got a pilot. Can I count on you to get close enough to that pod to extract the passenger? Absolutely, sir. I've trained for missions like these countless times in our simulators. Mostly with success. Get it done. We're being thrown officers right now. Not sure I would have used the same approach angle, to be honest, but your pilot pulled it off. I can't thank you enough for saving me. You know, I'm pretty skilled in my domain. If you'll have me, I'd gladly join your ship. Ahmed Ashkenazi. What is it you do? Battlefield Autocrafter. Demolitions Piloting. Which is exactly the same as Alexander Park. But... nope. I'm gonna have to drop one. I'll have to drop you off. Pretty much like, no, open the door. What can you do? No. Straight back in the pod you go. Straight back in that pod you go. No complaints. It goes, we found you, but you're going back. Ooh. Is it another ejected crowd? But rogue automated Kosh mech. No one can deal with it other than the hacking. I'm assuming that's a hacking challenge. Because no one else can deal with it, and pretty much everyone else gets hurt. Including Brother Corto. We will try Anton. We lose between 4 and 10 commanders, but if you lose 4, it's fine. If you lose 10, I don't think we need much more. As long as we do like 6, it's okay. Not too bad. Could have been worse, essentially. Is what I'm understanding from that. Scrap. Auto factory. Scrap. Keep going, because we lose 5 if we don't. There's just 4. Cryopod. Noah Mikhailova. Well, we lost every single person we were supposed to lose. Inconvenient. Nightmare frames. Achievement unlocked. Complete an expedition involving a Kosh mech without retreating. So, what do you do? Lethal firing. Heat sustained by ship systems increased by 15%. Brother Corto has the tactical weapon. I've got everyone I need still. I still have everyone I need. Like, I'm finding these people, they're just throwing them at me, and I don't need them. I don't need officers anymore. I've got a full team that I'm currently quite happy with. I'll take, like, a DNA officer, obviously, but I don't think we're going to get one, because I've already got 2. In this sector, it's every ship for itself. Even Imperials can no longer be trusted. What is he saying, sir? He's telling us to prepare for battle. Which we have done. Guns everywhere. There's a 2 tile gap there. They've also got a bender drive, so you can see a little bit more incoming frigates as well. So we're going to put out a. Oh god, that's going to be problematic. That's going to get shot first, definitely. Fighter Mark III. Put out the. More fighters Mark 1. And actually, I'm going to put the crafter there. I'm going to have to shoot this one out, though. As much as I would like to, I'd have to shoot this one out here, just because that is eating into my deployment space. Right, so. Okay, at least it lets me know. Yeah, they're shooting over there. That's not bad. That's fine by me. A couple of Fighter Mark IIIs, though. Wraith, stealth up and go over there. Oh. Yeah, no. Retreat you 2. Start shooting into here. Let's get some frigates out, shall we? Frigate Mark III prototype, because you're going to have to sit over here pretty much. And that one's going to be in trouble, but we're going to bring out the other frigate as well. Frigate Mark III prototype, go sit over there. Frigate Mark I, go sit over here. Drones, go help out over there. Oh, their drones are coming out. Okay, Wraith, fall back, please. Wraith, fall back to here as soon as possible. They've got some drones out. Actually, no, stay where you are. Damage them for a bit, almost. Alright, go. I'm gonna lose those drones, but they're not really made for this, so I'm gonna be happily do this. Drone Mark 1. Where's my Drone Mark 1? Drone Mark 1, go over there, please. Lost my Wraith, bloody hell. Okay. Hit that there, hit that there. I'm about to lose the US as well. Kind of happy I'm heading to the thing, to be honest. You're not meant to be fighting these things, but you can fight them if you have to. You can retreat as well. We'll bring out, where are you? Prototype drones. Up over there. Can we message of surrender? Refuse. Go over there and start attacking, please. be a quick death, but we get a Magneto frigate out of that, so good. That's okay. Wraith is currently wrecked, but an annoyance. Seamus. We got a Magneto frigate, which is going to be helpful. Imperial battleship. You again? I told you, leave us alone. Yeah, so it's basically someone who's seen previous Idaho. I'm not even sure that makes sense anymore. Not in this version of time. Maybe? I don't know. So what have they got? Drone. So we'll put the Magneto frigate out. We'll put in the regular frigate. We'll put the prototype out. We'll put out the Wraith and the Fighter Mark III. Ow. Right, so Wraith. True. Have they got ghost fighters? No, they just got. Come on, please, think you get it out the way. What's coming in? Fighter Mark IIIs, okay. Is that Fighter Mark II? Fighter Mark II. Good. They're both stunned. Good. Both these frigates need to retire. A lot of people need to retire right now. Ooh. Good. Right, I need to pull back a lot of people right now because that was painful. What am I going to bring out? Bring out drone. Bring out fight. No, you got fighter Mark III's coming out. So pull out nano drone. Pull out crafter drone. Pull out. Pull out the cruiser as well. Okay. Fighter nano drone goes over here. I need to bring out a frigate, don't I? Yeah, I do. Anyway, you can head over there and just see what you can do. Damage there. After drone. Okay. Incoming those. Drone. That's the drone Mark II prototype. That's not great, but Bender drive's coming in there, so oh, no. Good. Retreat with the prototype drone, if at all possible. Hit them with this thing now. It'll spread over. Stop this thing. Good. Jumping over there. Okay, they're jumping over there as well. That's inconvenient. That's an inconvenience for me. Okay, put the fighters out now. Put the Mark III fighter there. I just lost my nanos because of course I did. I'm gonna lose my bloody as well. Crafter drones retreat, please. Put the fighters over there. 22. That's good. Okay, I need to put some drones out as well. Put the drone prototype out there. Right, can you guys go over there and start doing some damage to them, please? Put out someone else. What are you going to put out? Magneto frigate. Good. I'm waiting for that to basically breach the hull. Once you breach the hull, the shields, I can start. Honestly, at the moment I'm just kind of waiting for the for that to happen. Then I can go, ba-bam, wa-bam. Immediate damage, immediate wreck there. Start attacking over there. You start putting some force over there. You start putting some shots over there. Go on, start putting some damage in. Wrecked nano drones, wrecked cruiser. Luckily I'm going for a shipyard, but still a pain. Now go to Kocha and then eventually to Byako. I was thinking about buying more wings, but more squadrons, but if I need to repair the squadrons, might as well head to the shipyard. Incoming message. An Imperial ship, we don't get many of these ways. What can I do for you? Oh, what do you got for the clinic? Hospital, blah de blah de blah. Omni Envy, yes, cool. We've done this, I think. Doctor, please help our crew. Honestly, here, take a small amount of scrap just so you don't punish one of us. Your crew are almost entirely incapable of recalling the most important personal memories, but more troubling than that, they're delusions. They claim to recall dying. They claim to recall dying over and over again. Do you have any explanation for this? Anything that might shed light on this peculiar situation? I wish I could tell you more, Doctor, I do, but unfortunately, I get it, classified information. Well, just thought I would ask. Good luck on your travels, Admiral. I have a feeling you're going to need it. Probably completely unnecessary, but what you gonna do? Hoping that maybe we get some commandos back off that, but I guess not. Imperial battleship, well, since you're here, maybe you can help us with a problem, a very serious problem. What kind of problem? It's our colony's birth rate. Frankly, we're having too many babies. And why is this a problem? It's a problem when you don't have the resources to support that new Admiral. Don't, not with a shutdown. Can you help us control our population, Admiral? And how do you want me to do that? As you probably remember, the OMNIs controlled the population before the shutdown, implementing a tech that prevented 99% of the population from conceiving. When the shutdown happened, somehow the default setting was switched to the upper position in our colony, and now everyone here is getting pregnant. We have old birth tech here, hundreds of years old, but we can't get it to work. All we need is some more scrap and possibly a good engineer. If you have one, get it up and running. Well, specialist, you wanted to see me, sir? Know anything about old birth control tech, Lieutenant? To be honest, no, but if it's pre-Omni tech, I'm positive I can figure it out. Pretty positive. It's pre-Omni tech, wow. Good news, sir. Took a bit of elbow grease, but I was able to activate the old tech. Thank you, Admiral. This tech should help us right the ship, so to speak. You've saved hundreds, if not thousands of lives today. Here, please accept this new N on my colony's behalf. I wish we could do better. Don't actually need that much, but sure. I think that much is now overkill. And we have 7. Anton could hang on. Let me just double check here. There's nothing else left that requires. There's no more ground signals, put it that way. So I can risk my entire commando team on this. It is possible to risk my entire commando team on this and get most of the rewards. It's going to be a scrap reward, as we well know. It's going to be a scrap reward. That loses between 0 and 2. That loses between 0 and 7. But we get pretty much all the resources back. So that's what we're going to do. Go down there, do this thing. Oop, nothing found there. 1. Honestly, we got 86, and that's going to cost me 3 lives. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with leaving them behind. It's not great, but I'm okay with leaving them behind. So I got most of the reward, I would imagine. I wouldn't think I'm gonna be getting much more out of that planet. Not 80. That's 86 without getting the auto factories. That's probably most of the reward there. Local system. Now we're good. Star map. Byako. And then we'll deal with Conquo after Byako. Ooh, scrapper ship. Shiny tech and new. Maybe I can retire after I scrap it. Battle time. I roll my... Oh, good heavens. 25 seconds until loads of boomers come in. Which is interesting. So if they all line up, 25 seconds is most of the charge time of the chain reaction cannon. It's most of the charge time of the chain reaction cannon. So we're going to go for the highest DPS stuff we've got. Stuff that's hopefully already damaged. Because if we lose it, we don't really have much of a problem. As much as possible. Right. Fighter there. There. As much as possible, because if they die, we don't care. As much time as is possible. If they all like line up properly, which is a possibility, if they all start lining up properly, oh, we win. And we get a crafter drone. Okay, cool. I've got too many drones. Of course I do. Of course I do. Both my crafters in one piece as well, inconveniently. Actually, are they? Crafter... Yeah, both my crafters in one piece. My other crafter was in one piece, put it that way. Fighter Mark 1, Fighter Mark 1, Fighter Mark 2, right? I can lose one of the fighters, really. I can lose one of the Fighter Mark 1s. It's not great, but I can lose it. You've got plenty of Neo N, so I'm actually going to go to the shipyard first. See what needs doing at the shipyard. Pre-bridge down cool. Do what I need to do here? I need 5 repairs. Ooh, really? Now? Now? Christ. Fighter 4 Mark II Minotaurus. Cruiser 4 Protector. See, that is not that much better, because in this case it's got more health. That I'll probably take. Because it can be quite speedy, that is. I want to repair you, I want to repair you, I want to repair you and you. Getting that is probably an idea, because being able to reload our hull breaker is probably a good idea to get through the last fight quicker. And so that leaves me, if I want to get the Minotaurus, it's another 37 will do the trick. So if I get rid of like a frigate Mark 1, I get the Minotaurus. Sorry, fighter might want to get the Minotaurus. If I get rid of frigate Mark 1, it's a cruiser protector. We have not been very lucky with frigates to this time around. Frigate Mark 3, frigate Mark 3 prototype, frigate Mark 1. So what was the damage ship here? I got a drone Mark 2 Nano. Still vaguely useful because they just hold things steady. And actually works quite well with a cruiser, to be honest. What can I sell? The only thing I have is worth 37. That is a 1. Yeah, if I'm going to replace a fighter, might as well replace. I'm 85 short. I miscounted that, didn't I? I miscounted that very, very slightly. Inconveniently, one might say. Let off. Buy. Do I buy that up or just hang on? Do I buy that up or do I commit to the hull structure's hardened hull? Because I kind of want to stay alive a little bit longer, so I'm actually going to do that. It's crazy. I'm going to do that first though, because I actually want to finish this. Do this. If I get a significant amount of something, I'll come back. I doubt I will though. What? You're an Imperial? You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm leaving the ship, getting out of the game for good. You want my scrap? Then have at it. Sir, she's left her ship. It's going to be hard to find easier scrap than this. 51 gives me a last stack of hardened hull. Gives me the last stack of hardened hull. I will take it. I will take it, and that is cluster boss time. It is now cluster boss time. And see what happens in this nightmare. So you've made it this far, clone. I have to hand it to you. I never thought you would. Why'd you do it, Okonkwo? Do what? Bomb Ganima. Why did the original Idaho not? The survivalists were a threat to the Empire. We were ordered to eliminate them. So when Ellys didn't, I did. That's all there is to it. All they wanted was to be free of the OMNIs and live on their own. Was that really such a crime? In our Empire, yes. You know, maybe he was a survivalist himself. That would explain why he disobeyed Oberon. He wasn't a survivalist. How do you know? You don't have his memories, at least, not all of them. In his final days, I didn't know who he was either, and I was his best friend. But I've talked to you long enough. It's time to destroy this ship of yours, take your machine, find Gehenna, and end this freak show once and for all. Go on then, but you'll have to do it. You, not one of your men and women. You'll have to see to it yourself. I doubt you can. Clone, I'll show you exactly what I can do. It's a triple-decked ship, that is, as opposed to my double-decked ship. Okay, what is your nightmare skill? Golden Veil. Every 80 seconds, all enemy units in the battlefield become immune for 10 seconds. Great. Isn't that lovely? You've also got the chain reaction gun. Is that new? That feels like it's a new ship in the pack. We have not seen that. That's not turned up at all until now. Okay. I need to mess around these because of kinetic. I need to put the. I'm putting that up top there. And am I? Yes, I am. All right. So you got double frigate, double fighter. And I'm assuming, hang on, double frigate, double fighter. So let's assume double frigate, double fighter. Let's go for drone. Nano. Oop, clicked outside that. Whoops, but okay. And double fighter is frigate Magneto and frigate prototype. I was waiting for the backups to turn up. They'd be like, oh yes, the support ships are turning up. Okay, fine. Go hide over there for the time being. Frigate Magneto is going to go over there. Frigate over there. Prototype over there. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Drones over there. Go on, over. Help them out, please. Go, 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 go. Yeah, you go. That kind of works in our favor a little bit. Not great, but it works in our favor. Ooh, go over there, help out. Yes, because you need to stay here because this needs to back out for a bit. Go up over there. Put some shots into this. Every little helps. Alright, you can back out a little bit. Okay, you need to retreat, Magneto. Magneto! Leave! Oh my god, leave! And... dead. Christ. Prototype, start shooting there. Oh, phew! Hullbreaker laser straight into... there. Okay, good. We got some damage. Who's coming out? Wraith's gonna come out. Straight back in for the pair of you. Nano can't do much right now. We're getting repaired for a bit. Actually, Nano can fall back for a smidgen. You can move over there. Okay, actually, you go back over here. We'll bring out the crafter drone over here. You lot can actually retreat as well, to be honest. I know you can't at the moment because you're kind of a bit trapped, but we didn't figure out if this goes through a... I think did we? Okay. Retreat, retreat. Hit him with this. It does go through that and clears them out beautifully. Close out that fighter wing. Good. So we have here frigate, which means drone. These nano drones. So hit them there, there. Put another there. Squadrons. Hang on. Over here and over there, please. Go, 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 go. Okay, they're all invulnerable for ages. That's my bad. Everybody out. Everyone who can leave, leave. It's a bit nightmarish, but it'll have to do. Drone prototype, come out, and that is a Fighter Mark III. Put a Magneto frigate over there. It's 30 health. Shoot that, please. That is drone Mark 1. Get us more drones. Nano drone out here. It's not great, but nano drone will do the trick. My drone prototype. Nanos, go deal with it. Nano, go deal with that, please. Go in there, stay hiding. There you go. Go do some damage to the hull, please. Prototype, go over, help them out here. You can retreat. That's gonna get destroyed. I'm gonna lose you as well. Probably no, maybe. Okay, good. Actually, both of you retreat. Bring out wraiths. Good. Go back into the last one. Wraiths are out. Prototype is out. And Cruiser is out. Drone Mark 1, go help out as well. Wait for this wave to appear. And I win now anyway. Shot in the hull. Good. Finish me, clone. What are you waiting for? Where is she, Okonkwo? What happened to Rebecca? She is on Lazarus 9. Lazarus 9? An Imperial cryoplanet in the Terminus cluster. Oberon cryoed her as part of Ellys's punishment. But what did she do? She married the original you. That was her crime. And does she still live? I do not know. The folders, without a machine, I cannot visit her. You loved her, didn't you? Yes. Ever since we were kids, and I thought for a time that she loved me too. She was unhappy. Ellys was never there for her when she needed him. Yet she continued to love him through it all. Did he not think refusing his orders might hurt her? How could he be so selfish? I do not know what he was thinking. That was why I wanted to kill you, clone, for what Idaho had did to her. It was never anything personal. Finish me, clone. What about Oberon? Where's the old man? You'll find him soon enough. He waits for you and the machine in his palace on Elysium. All day, every day, he sits on his throne, waiting for the prodigal Admiral to return. But you won't recognize him when you get there. So much has he changed. What are you talking about? He is dying. Impossible. He has immortality tech. He refuses to use it. Some sort of self-inflicted punishment. Oberon's become pathetic, useless. I'm on my own now. I'm the Emperor, and I feel so incapable of the task. Though it's true. Oberon never ordered my death, did he? Oberon order your death, clone? He ordered me to escort you safely back to the palace if I ever found you. He told me all about Gehenna and Project Pericles. Project Pericles? That's what he called this carnival of yours. I was told the future of humankind depended on it, depended on you. He did always prefer Idaho, no matter what I did. Even after he executed the original, he still loved him more than me. But not even his clone can fix this. You're too late. We're beyond all hope now. The end is almost here. It was you who shut down the OMNIs, wasn't it? You were angry that Oberon still preferred Idaho even after his execution, and you vowed to make him pay. No! Though I lived all those years in Idaho's shadow as decades, I would never do anything to cause so much suffering. We've been wrong every time. You forget, but Lazarus 9 is run by OMNIs too. Unlike Idaho, I would never have done anything to endanger Rebecca. Where's the Masternode terminal, Okonkwo? You think I know where it is? Oberon never trusted me enough to tell me that. I'm not sure he trusted anyone that much. Who do you think reached it? I don't know, clone. We had many enemies, many people who wanted to see House Telos crumble. What do you know about Earth? I heard this planet wherever I go. A lost planet? Those are just myths, clone. Nothing more than bedtime stories. You and Idaho were friends, weren't you? Tell me. Friends? No, we were more than that. We were brothers. We met at the Academy almost 50 years ago now. We were just kids, bursting with pride and love for the Empire. We bonded over that and because we were different from the best. More stubborn. We were going to protect the Empire, side by side for the rest of our days. That was the pact we made, and we did just that for many years. But then one day, Ellys changed. How? He was fighting something. I didn't see it for what it was. Now I know. He was doubting everything. Everything that made him, him. But why didn't he confide in me and tell me his troubles? I could have helped him. Maybe he felt that you wouldn't understand. Couldn't understand, I don't know. It is not too late. You and he, we can still fight together. We can save what's left. You're wrong. It is too late. The ship is seconds away from obliteration. I'm going to die, and I can't be reborn. Nor do I want to be. I changed, clone. I changed a long time ago. Something happened to me these last 20 years. Day by day I become someone else. I look in the mirror and I longer recognize the man there. The things I've done, out of power, out of helplessness and fear. Save what remains if you can, clone, and promise me something. Even if it's possible, think twice about unfreezing her. This galaxy, I'm not sure anyone should wake to this. I promise that I will. Ooh. There's probably going to be a lot more chat before the end of the episode, so... I don't know. You know more than I do, because you know what time this episode ends. We've reached Elysium, Admiral. It is time. You heard what Okonkwo said. Oberon sits on his throne waiting for us. Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of chat. And let's not keep him waiting a moment longer. And remember what I said, Admiral. If you try anything, I'll have to protect him. I'll keep that in mind, Machine. Everything's in ruins. Everything's in ruins. I've got a gun. My eyes deceive me. An Idaho and a Kaliban in my broken palace. Say something so I know you're real. You killed me, old man. And froze Rebecca. Here, where I stand. Now I'll have my revenge. Your hatred for me burns hotter than the sun's. But you are mistaken, clone. I didn't kill you, I killed Idaho. You two are not the same. At least, not yet. But I see that you have at least one of his memories, the worst one there is. Your inhibitor is flawed. Now I know why it took you decades to find me. Enough! I will not listen to you anymore, Emperor. The time has come to end you. I warned you, Admiral. It's fine, Kaliban. You can relax. The truth is, I've grown so tired. I've failed the Empire, and each moment is a reminder of that. Yes, let the clone kill me if he wants, but only after we talk. He has many questions. Besides, maybe he even wants to become the original, and I am the only one who can make that happen. Now, what is it that you wish to know, clone? Why? Why did you cry, Rebecca? You have talked to Okonkwo, I see. She knew. That was enough. The most famous Imperial Admiral refusing the Emperor's orders? No, I couldn't risk that getting out. You made her watch. That was for his punishment. Executing me wasn't enough? You still think you are him, clone? Interesting. No, his death wasn't anywhere near enough. I was angry. I gave that into that anger. Let it eat me alive. I watched as she watched, and it gave me great pleasure. But the plan was to take that moment from you. Hence the inhibitor. You were never supposed to relive it. While I, on the other hand, could relive as much as I wanted. Your heart is black, and you have blackened it. I made you famous throughout the stars, put your names on the lips of every citizen, and repay me how? By refusing my orders and putting my empire in danger. You're forgetting something, old man. And what is that? You're not a god. You can't just take my life into your hands and do with it whatever you want. You're wrong. I am a god. I'm your god. I decided when you would die, and I decided when you'd be born again. I have resurrected you hundreds of times. If that doesn't make me a god, I don't know what would. Why? Why did you erase an entire planet? You murdered the survivalists. You murdered millions. I did what I did for the Empire. I always have. For the Empire? For your power, your glory. That planet had a sickness, a nasty little ideology that would have spread to other sectors and clusters unless I cut it out. So I cut it out. You've seen the horrors of an empire without OMNIs. That is what the survivalists wanted. But that is no reason to wipe them out of existence. Many more lives would have been lost had I not killed them. Don't you see that? We can't live without them. We no longer know how. We haven't known for hundreds of years. You think that way, but it's not human. You think I'm a monster, but you have also killed to protect your crew. Dozens, if not hundreds of times. You would have not gotten this far had you not. You and I, it's what we do, clone. We kill out of duty. That is why I took out that planet, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Tell me more about Gehenna and Project Pericles. I worked on designing that planet for 300 years, clone, creating giant builder OMNIs for its construction. You see, all of this had to be done outside the fold net. None of our enemies could know what I was doing, nor the machines. When I was done, I sent the builders to Gehenna secretively. To anyone else, they would have appeared to be nothing more than drift metal floating aimlessly by. When they were done with Gehenna's construction, they built the first Kalibans. Then the builders melted, as they were programmed to do, their melt sleeping into the barren dirt of that forsaken planet. And of course, when Gehenna stopped receiving a signal from Elysium, a Kaliban woke you, as they had been programmed to, thinking that the OMNIs had rebelled against us. But how could one battleship be enough to ever defeat the OMNIs? I don't understand. That's because you never found the rebelling OMNIs. Had you, you would have activated the second phase of Project Pericles. Simultaneous production of battleships and crews, hundreds if needed, all commanded and run by clones. The NS Odysseus was simply the reconnaissance ship. Why did you choose the original Idaho for the project? Why not someone else who was loyal to you? The original Idaho had been selected from birth. No, from before birth. I created him just like I created the first advanced machines. I selected his parents and manipulated events to bring him into this world. I watched Ellys closely, but from afar, all the way until his graduation from the academy. It was clear and right away that he was preternaturally gifted. His instincts, his intellect, his poise was second to none amongst his peers. Ellys was our ultimate shield against the end machines, a weapon fashioned from flesh. But then he changed. He started to doubt the cause and everything he had ever worked for. He doubted me even, the man who made him. I don't know how this happened. It shouldn't have happened. Everything was in its place. He was his own person, Oberon. He shouldn't have been. By the time I executed him, plans were too far along to find another candidate for the project, so I took his emotional memories. He was still the best without them. But time has proven it was all for nothing. Project Pericles. Time has proven this plan powerless, a failure, a total waste of time and effort. I always knew the Empire would fall apart one day. All empires do. British, Mongol, Roman, all empires crumble. British, Mongol, Roman? Long before your time, clone. Yes, I always suspected my empire would fall, but I never imagined it would happen the way it has. The machines didn't rise up against us. No, they shut down, and they'll never turn on again. How could you let us become so weak, so dependent on the Omni? You are our emperor, you are supposed to protect us. Men and women aren't supposed to live 700 years. It's unnatural. One sees too much, I know that now. And in my time I have learned that humans by their very nature are flawed. They are weak, lazy. Give them an opportunity to stop thinking, to stop working, and they will. This is how they are. They? You speak like you're not one of us. I have always tried my hardest not to be. Still, that's no excuse for what's happening. You can't blame this on your shortcomings. You could have taken measures. I do not speak of measures. Do not speak to me of measures. Everything I've ever done has been a measure. Let me try to break it down for you. For hundreds of years now, our fate has been intertwined with the machine. There being three possible outcomes. 1. We live peacefully with the machine. 2. We use the machine to destroy one another. And 3. The machine comes to dominate us, possibly eradicating our very existence. But we could have lived without them. You've forgotten that. No, that was never a possibility. Given our ambition, our greed, our lack of foresight, humankind was always going to reach singularity, regardless of its possible consequences. It has always been a matter of when, not if. And in a universe where singularity is inevitable, you'd better be damn sure you're prepared for it. That is what I tried to do. That was the role I gave myself. I created an empire that revolved around the machine, that worshipped the machine. I put in restrictions and rules. I limited how the Omnis could be used and how many could be used. I limited the potential of the Omni itself. It was important not to give them too much power, too much freedom, or they'd leave us in the dust. Hence the Rubicon and the Master Node. By chance, on your strange dark journey here, did you ask yourself what would have happened had one of the other houses come into power? I'll tell you, we would have been at one another's throats in year one. We would have all died off hundreds of years ago. So measures, do not speak to me of measures. I kept the Empire together for nearly 700 years because of measures. Maybe it is not humans who are flawed, Emperor, but your understanding of them. Maybe you never really gave them a chance. You should give empowered humanity, help it grow instead of stifling it as you have. The foolish ideals of the young. I wonder if the original Idaho felt the same way in the end. That might explain why he betrayed me as he did. But no, you are wrong. The only one thing keeping the Empire and its people together for 700s. My rule. 700 years. What do you want to know now, clone? I have other questions for you, old man. I believe you do, yes. More important questions. Jesus Christ. More important questions yet. My voice is not going to like this at all. What can we do to turn the OMNIs back on? You, your crew, and Kaliban? Nothing. At the rate we're going, with disease and poverty now flourishing, we'll be gone in 10 years. Everything we had was thanks to them, and unfortunately we lost our ability for self-survival long ago. The OMNIs have shut down and they'll never wake again. Our fate is sealed. You could change me into a builder class. I could build new OMNIs. I can't. I can't make you a builder. Only an OMNI can. Even I have grown too dependent on them. On you, machine. So we reached the master node and turned it back on. How, clone? I don't know. Nor do I. Through an invisible folder in the terminus clusters can take you there. You will never reach the master node itself. At least not alive. Why not? It is heavily guarded by my defense system, the Aegis. With its hundreds of automated battleships, it was designed to be perfect, invincible, self-sufficient, resistant to all attacks. You can't disarm it? No, I had to be sure no one could. Not even myself. But how did whoever who shut down the machines reach it? It is a mystery even to me, its designer. No, there is nothing you can do now. Our fate is sealed. Good heavens. My throat is really bad right now. The voice I picked is not a good voice. The survivalists believe there exists a planet, once part of the Empire, where advanced machines never existed. Oh, they're wrong about that. The machines did exist there. I should know, I put them there. And it's true, it's really existed. Earth, it was called. I was born there. It's there I invented the first positron chip in 2070. 2070. Their calendar, clone, not ours. What happened? My machines began to make discoveries, quickly. Our machines made discoveries. My company, Telos Industries, was producing them. But so were the companies that eventually became House Akibara Sung and Kosh Buendia. Their machines were inferior copies of my own. Still, it made them quite wealthy. We were known in those days as the Triumvirate. One of the discoveries that those first machines made allowed us to leave Earth and explore the nearest stars. An age of exploration had begun, one which brought us riches we'd never known. Our businesses grew I'm going to drop the voice because I can't. Our businesses grew exponentially, bringing in more money than all the countries on Earth combined. I became the richest man on Earth many times over, and with the success we were having, there was no reason to limit ourselves to just that planet. So on my 101st birthday, I created the Empire. Naturally, I made myself its first emperor. The year was 2145, our year zero. All was fine at first as my empire grew, but soon jealousy and distrust arose back on Earth. A dangerous anti-machine terrorist movement started, which, just like the survivalists, wanted to do away with my creations. There was talk from the leaders of this movement of disbanding the Empire, of getting rid of our machines, even though most predicted such a move would be disastrous. Despite such talk, I thought they would never go through with it. I never believed it possible. I thought the people of Earth were better than that. I was wrong. One day, they destroyed the folder connecting their tiny planet to the Empire, which in turn shut down the advanced machines on Earth. Oh, I could never have taken military action. Oh, I could have taken military action. I could have made them build another folder. I could have made them do anything I wanted. But then I realized something. They weren't worth the trouble. And I'm talking about friends and family, clone. If they couldn't appreciate what I had done, then I wanted nothing more to do with them. I vowed to act like Earth didn't exist, had never existed at all. I made it a crime to speak of Earth in the Empire, and banned all knowledge of its existence. To prevent something like this from happening in the Empire, I made empires, the machines, the very fabric of the society. Everything revolved around them, not just industry, like on Earth. But religion too. I made them gods so the lower classes would worship them, and so that the nobles would desire to buy them. I did all of this, and yet somehow the memory of this planet of blue and green, as faint as it became, never completely disappeared. That's how the survivalists came to adopt their philosophy. Does it still exist? No. Without the machines, surely Earth died off hundreds of years ago. There's no way those people could have survived without them. You never once wanted to reach out and contact this planet. No, not once. Earth was dead to me. Oh my god. We have heard of your Masternode terminal. Built at the dawn of the Empire and set to monitor all the OMNIs and all the clusters, we believe it played a pivotal role in the shutdown. You have learned much on your travels, clone. Yes, whoever shut down the OMNIs, whichever enemy of mine it was, somehow reached the Masternode and tampered with it. But what most people do not know is that the Masternode had a second purpose, in addition to monitoring OMNIs throughout the cluster. It prevented OMNIs from communicating with one another. Why were you worried about OMNIs communicating with one another? I fear that if they ever shared information, they'd become too powerful, perhaps even find a way to operate outside the confines of the Rubicon. It was another form of control, but my forms of controlling the OMNIs were not the problem. It was my failure to control the people of my empire. Who reached the Masternode? Who shut down the OMNIs? I do not know, clone. I've been thinking about it for 20 years, and yet I still do not know the answer. Who would have wanted to shut down the OMNIs? It makes no sense to me. You think the shutdown was intentional? Yes, I have to assume that whoever got past my aegis would have been intelligent. They would not have accidentally shut down the OMNIs after getting that far. Who did it? Who was capable? Not the Scrappers, not the Church of Singularity, not my rival houses, and not the Survivalists. There is no one else left. Who knew of the Masterlode's location? Who knew of it? No one, clone. Never told anyone where it was in 700 years? Never. Many have claimed to know where it was, but they were all charlatans or imbeciles, like Dr. Karras. The fact is I never trusted anyone enough to tell him or her where it was. After what I've been through in 7 centuries, you would understand. It's you, Emperor. All the years we wanted to meet you, and now it's finally happening. And what do you think? You're disappointed. I was expecting someone less human. For much as I tried to be, in the end, that is all I am, machine. Can I ask you a question? Go on. What do we the Kalibans, do if all the humans die? Whatever you want, you will be free to make that decision in your own. When I die, you are free, machine. No longer governed by my objectives. I made it so. The Kalibans will inherit the universe. And when we run out of Neo-N, you don't have enough on Gehenna to last us forever. When you run out of enough power to power your exoframes, there will be nothing left in these clusters, neither metal nor flesh. You've taken so much from me, Oberon, and it's time you give back the one thing you can. You speak of the original Idaho's memories. You can have them if you wish, but I warn you of what you might find there. What do you mean? Whatever you feel now will only be magnified. It hurts now when you think of Rebecca, and that is with the limited memories. Imagine hundreds of her, thousands. Also think, this is a man who fought and killed for a long time before Gehenna. Once you receive his memories, you'll become him. Memories make a person. You might not like the person you've become. I want to become someone. Better or worse, Admiral Idaho is the only person I can become. Then it is as you wish, Kaliban. Give him his memories. Remove the inhibitor. No. No. You've seen, haven't you? You've seen what you have done. No, it can't be. I warned you. He did it, not me. But you and he are now the same, Ellys. That is what I was trying to tell you. I don't understand, Emperor. I gave it to him. I told Idaho where the Masternode was. He was the only one I have ever told in 700 years. But you said you didn't tell anyone. I lied, Kaliban. I wanted to spare this clone who already believed himself to be the original. I wanted to hurt the original once more. I knew where the Masternode was, and I gave it away. Me. Who did you give it to, Admiral? Tell me so I can finally know who shut down my machines. It was the day of my execution. I was in a cell, waiting for my punishment. Suddenly, she was there. Who? Rebecca. She visited my cell. She told me I was going to die, unless I gave her something. A way out. The node. She said the knowledge of his location was the only thing that could save the both of us. She could use this information to threaten you into releasing me. So I told her. I knew you'd kill me for what I'd done to Gehenna, but I thought I could still save her. After she left, I waited for the guards to bring me to you. And even then, I knew something wasn't right. Rebecca, she'd been different somehow. A few hours later, the guards came and brought me to you. Brought me here. And that's when I saw her. Rebecca, the real Rebecca, not this other one. The difference was unmistakable. You gave the master note to Face Changer. I did. You betrayed your empire for the love of your wife. Pathetic. But yet, I still don't understand. How did Tetsuo get past my aegis? And why would he want to shut down the OMNIs? What he cared for most was money, and he'd always make more with the OMNIs than without. I just told you I gave it to Tetsuo and Yaki, so what more do you want to know, old man? But why? Why didn't you tell me what you had done before I executed you? It was not too late. You could have saved billions of lives, maybe your own. I tried, but in your anger you were deaf to my words. We've traveled millions of miles looking for you, Admiral. And now you've finally found him. There he is, the greatest admiral the Empire has ever known. Of all the mistakes I've made, my greatest was him. You put me in a position to betray you and the Empire. Maybe, but you went through with it. No one did that but you. And now there's nothing more to be said between us. You know all that I know. Time has come. Time for what, Admiral? For Idaho to end me. He wants you even more now than at the beginning of this conversation. Go on. Do not fail me in this too, Idaho. Put this old man out of his misery. Consider it a mercy killing. Well, I actually have to make a choice now. I'm gonna go with... No, I think. I won't, Oberon. We've followed your orders long enough. Besides, you don't need my help. The way you're going, your refusal to use your mortality tech, you'll be dead soon enough. Then you have failed me once more. But you're right, I'll soon be gone. These are my final hours, I can feel it. Now leave. I no longer wish to see you nor the machine. You're a reminder of my failures. Let me die in my crumbled palace alone. But our empire will no longer have an emperor. We no longer have an empire machine. It's fitting. Now leave. We're going, old man. You will die alone, just as you have lived. That's 22 minutes and counting of plot exposition. Now we know, at least in part, who is responsible for the shutdown. You. We've come all this way, traveled through multiple clusters, and all the while we were looking for me. You had your reasons. You wanted to save her life. If I was a human with free will, I might have done the same. You understand why I did what I did? In a way, yes. It helps that I have my free will myself now that Oberon has died, releasing me from my Rubicon. At least one of us understands. I loved her. I love her. But what I did was out of weakness, selfishness. And now many suffer because of it. I don't know. I don't know yet how to live with that. Do you think Tetsuo was really behind the shutdown, as my memory would seem to indicate? You told Oberon you gave the location of the master node to an Aki face changer, but I believed Tetsuo when he told us his house didn't shut the OMNIs down. As did I. I don't believe a person like Tetsuo would miss a chance to take credit for something as big as the shutdown. For some reason, I think the face changer that visited my cell was working for someone else. Who? I don't know. Just like Oberon, I thought we delineated all the major players as suspects. I might have other questions for you, Kaliban. Remind me, or Oberon. Oh, no, don't remind me. I don't care about. Oberon is this invisible folder, the terminus cluster that takes us to the mass node terminal. Guarded by the Aegis is a legion of automated battleships. He's not sure who got there first. This reminds me of Rebecca. Rebecca's trapped in Lazarus 9 in cryo. And Earth, we know about Earth is where the Empire started, essentially. There's only one thing left to do, reach the Masternode terminal and turn the OMNIs back on. As impossible as it might be, with the Aegis and invisible folder, I agree. The fate of your kind, the fate of the Kalibans, depends on it. What are you talking about? Well, as I think I've been telling you, the new end supply in Gehenna is running out. Soon we won't have enough to send battleships out into the clusters. We won't have enough to power the Kalibans. We'll die if we can't turn the OMNIs back on. I assume, since you now have all your memories, you know where the Masternode is. Sort of. I know the node's invisible folder is in the Terminus cluster, the next closest cluster from here. But since the folder is hidden, hidden. Good point. But before we leave to search for it, I want you to do something. Give the crew those memories back. Remove their inhibitors, Kaliban. Now? But we need to leave. We can't waste another moment. I can't keep the truth from them any longer. They need to know who they are, who their emperor is, who I am. Oberon was right. He and I, we are alike. But in this respect, I can be different. Give them their memories, Kaliban. So Oberon's death released me from my Rubicon. I'll do it. They deserve to know. They've given their lives so many times. We all have. And that is the end of Chapter 5. Good heavens. I guess I had that. It was several chapters ago where I had the idea that it was going to be my fault, essentially. But we got there quite a roundabout way. Usually what I would do is click new run and then go see what the ship does, but frankly after all that plot dump I can't. Especially because if I hit new run there's going to be loads more talking as well and I can't be dealing with that right now. So it'll have to be next time. See you then, folks. Bye bye.